A new social order. About 12,000 years ago, human communities started to function very differently than in the past. Rather than relying primarily on hunting or gathering food, many societies created systems for producing food. Agriculture then led to humans settling in villages and communities. This had massive consequences on the social sphere as people started to live in larger, denser, and more permanent settlements, and not everyone had to devote their full time to food production. Since there was no need for all residents to devote themselves full time to producing food, specialization within society was made possible. Thus, surplus food that did not go directly to farmers' families, was distributed to members of society. People produced textiles, pottery, building, tools, metalwork, sculptures, and painting, which were both directly tied to agriculture and to settlements in bigger villages. Another notable effect of this new social order was the evolution of the idea of ownership. Farmers invested a great deal of their time and energy in cultivating specific areas of land, and as such, they were attached to them. This new idea of ownership likely led to disputes and humans being defensive of the land and the things that they worked for. Farming began a process of intensification, which meant that many more people could live in a given land area since more food could be produced per area. As a result, the world population rapidly rose. Between 10,000 and 1000 BCE, the population of the world went from about 6 million to about 120 million. With more people, societies needed to change in unprecedented ways and became more sophisticated with how they organized human life. Over time, these villages and communities turned into complex societies. These complex societies most often took the shape of cities or city-states like Uruk and Ur. These first cities were the home of power, production, culture, and innovation. Sustaining these cities was not easy, however. It required extensive and often irreversible manipulation of the surrounding environment in order to extract energy in the form of firewood, materials for building like stone, and resources like food and water. Because of this, these cities were very sensitive to fluctuations in weather and climate. A flood could destroy the entire supply of barley, for example, and a drought could make water supplies worryingly scarce. Because these societies were densely populated, disease, conflict, and shortages were felt even more dramatically. An outbreak of a disease could quickly become an epidemic. In response to these vulnerabilities, these communities developed ways to anticipate the changes in their natural environment, such as storing food or water. As these communities developed from small villages to city-states with thousands of residents, they were met with greater challenges and needed to develop mechanisms of social organization to address these obstacles more effectively.